Mechanical, an online portal for mechanical engineers and engineering students, define a nuclear power plant as a thermal power station that uses heat from nuclear reaction to create or to generate electricity. Electricity is a need in each and every houses, and that electricity from nuclear power plant is called nuclear power. Nuclear power could be the solution on the energy gap that the Philippines may face later on 2030 to prevent the electricity crisis that was once faced by the Filipinos in the 1970s. Way back in 1970s, during the Marcos regime, the construction of nuclear power plant in the Philippines was initiated. It was placed at Morong, Bataan. But the project of the administration never came to finish. It never met its goal to supply energy when the administration collapsed, and up until now, the Bataan nuclear power plant was still an unfinished project. Using and resorting to nuclear power to solve the energy gap in the Philippines is still remaining as a political issue today. Using nuclear energy actually has its own advantages. Building a nuclear power plant only needs a small space for its facility, unlike the conventional power plants like fossil fuel power plants and hydroelectric power plants that needed a bigger space for its facility. Nuclear power plants uses low-enriched uranium fuel to produce electricity through fission using the nuclear reactor. In addition, using nuclear power will conserve fuels like coal, oil, gas, and many more, which could be used in other energy needs. It is also environmental friendly. GE Hitachi Nuclear Energy, the world-leading provider of advanced reactor technology and nuclear services, explained that nuclear power plants help to protect air quality and mitigate climate change. It does not burn any material that will create greenhouse gases that is unpleasant to our environment. So, Russia is planning to invest in nuclear power according to Philstar Global, dated last May 2018. This investment would be a great help in our country, the Philippines, if our government will be open in reinvesting and rebuilding our nuclear power plant. If the Marcos administration was able to find funds in building and initiating the nuclear power plant in Bataan, it was not impossible today to find funds in rebuilding it. Nuclear power plant is a solution for the large amount of electricity bill in the Philippines. The Bataan nuclear power plant can supply 8.1 billion kilowatts using only 20 tons of uranium. With the same amount of energy, a fossil fuel power plant we use can consume 2.55 million tons of coal, according to Elizabeth Angiosca, an advocate of human rights. Our country uses fossil fuel power plants that uses coal to produce electricity, which 75% of it were only imported from other countries to meet the capacity for all over its consumer, in which they pass the responsibility to pay to their consumers. If nuclear power plants will operate, its produced energy can be added to the produced energy of the conventional power plants we use. Therefore, there is no need to import coals, which means there will be no added fees in our electricity bills. The government should invest in the nuclear power plant. It will contribute to meet the needed electrical supply of the country that will eliminate the power shortage the country had faced. The government should invest in nuclear power. It will contribute to meet the needed electrical supply of the country that will eliminate the power shortage the country had faced. We should start investing in nuclear energy and placing lower amount of money on electricity bill. Families' main problem is paying their overcharged electricity bill. I myself am experiencing it in our own family. We spend large amount of money to paying our electricity bill, where the money could simply go somewhere worthy of spending for, or we could just save it. Think of the money you could save rather than spending it paying overcharged electricity bill. I, Alyssa Rosario, saying yes in reinvesting on nuclear power plant in the Philippines.